Daniel West had always believed he understood rock bottom. He'd grown up with little, worked 2 jobs through college, and fought for every inch of progress. But he didn't truly meet rock bottom until a cold November morning when he sat alone in his old Honda Civic, staring at a layoff email blowing on a cracked phone screen. He read it over and over, hoping the words would change. Position eliminated. Restructuring. Effective immediately. Outside the car window, people walked by with coffees and briefcases, moving forward with their lives, while Daniel felt stuck in place. 29 years old, jobless, behind on rent, and one unlucky step from homelessness, he pressed his hands into his eyes and whispered, "How did it come to this?" But deep down, he knew life had been pushing him toward this moment for a long time. He eventually drove home to his small, run-down apartment. As he climbed the stairs, his landlord stepped out. "Daniel, we need to talk about your rent." Shame pressed on his chest as he promised he would find a way. That night, he sat alone in the dark, his living room silent except for his own thoughts. Memories of his late mother echoed in his mind, her voice saying, "You're stronger than the storms that try to break you." But strength felt far away. He whispered into the darkness, "I'm trying, Mom. I really am." Yet the weight of failure crushed him. Trying didn't pay the bills. The following days blurred together. Daniel applied for dozens of jobs, refreshing his inbox constantly, but no replies came. To make ends meet, he started delivering food using his old Civic. Each delivery cut deeper into his pride. One night, he received a message from his ex-girlfriend, Alyssa. "I heard about the layoff. Hope you're okay." The message reopened old wounds. She had left when he needed someone most. He typed back, "I'm fine," even though he was anything but fine. That night, after finishing deliveries, he parked outside his apartment and broke down. Hands gripping the steering wheel, he let the tears fall. Years of exhaustion, disappointment, and fear pouring out at once. In that moment of complete vulnerability, a small voice inside him whispered, "You're lost, but you are not defeated." He didn't know if it came from memory, faith, or the last spark of hope, but he lifted his head, wiped his face, and whispered back, "I'm not defeated. Not yet." 2 weeks later, while delivering food downtown, he heard someone call his name. It was Jason Miller, an old college classmate. Jason's eyes flicked to the delivery bag in Daniel's hand, but showed no judgment, only concern. "What happened, man? You look tired," he said. Daniel explained everything: the layoff, the bills, the delivery job, the fear, the shame. Jason listened silently, then said, "I run a small digital media startup. We need someone for content strategy. It's not huge, but I'd like you on my team." Daniel froze. "Seriously?" Jason nodded. "You were always the guy who pushed through when things got hard. I could use someone like that." For the first time in months, Daniel felt a spark of hope. He reached out and shook Jason's hand. "I won't let you down." Jason smiled. "I know." The job wasn't glamorous. The pay was tight. The office was small with flickering lights and mismatched chairs. But it was a start, something he desperately needed. Daniel threw himself into the work with everything he had. Early mornings, late nights, studying trends, learning new tools. Slowly, he rediscovered the passion he thought he lost. Each completed project restored a piece of his confidence. Jason noticed the change. "You're different," he said. "Stronger." Daniel nodded. Losing everything teaches you what matters. Months passed. Daniel stabilized his life. He caught up on rent, fixed his cracked phone, treated himself to a hot meal. Life wasn't perfect, but it felt like progress. Then one afternoon, Jason called him into the office. Papers were spread across the desk, financial reports, growth charts, client proposals. Jason took a breath. "We're expanding," he said, "and I want you to lead the new division." Daniel blinked in disbelief. "Me?" Jason nodded. "This company wouldn't be here without your work. You showed up every single day like your life depended on it. I think this is your second chance." Emotion tightened Daniel's throat. 6 months ago, he was crying alone in a car. Now he was being offered a leadership position. "I'll take it," he said softly. Daniel grew into his new role with purpose and discipline. He mentored interns, led campaigns, and built trust with clients. He was no longer the man defeated by life. He was becoming the man shaped by struggle, a man who refused to quit, a man who learned to stand even after falling. One evening, after finishing a long and productive day, he stepped out of the office and looked at the glowing city lights. For the first time in a long time, he felt proud of himself. He realized something powerful. Maybe losing everything was how I found myself. His phone buzzed. A message from Jason. "Proud of you. Big things coming." Daniel smiled as he walked toward the parking garage. When he reached his car, he paused beside the old Civic, the same car where he once cried from hopelessness. Today, it no longer symbolized failure. It symbolized the beginning of his comeback, his rebirth, his redemption. He whispered to himself, "Lost, but not defeated." Because defeat only comes when you give up. And Daniel West had decided long ago that he would never give up again. He started the engine, breathing in the cool night air, feeling a sense of peace. The road ahead was long, but he was ready. He had risen from rock bottom with courage, grit, and unshakable perseverance. He had found strength through pain and purpose through struggle. And as he drove away, he carried one truth with him. Even when life breaks you, you can rebuild. Even when you feel lost, you can rise again. Redemption is always possible for anyone willing to fight for it. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to MindBridge Tales. Every story here is a lesson. Every lesson is a step toward a better life. God bless you.